So there we were, end of December, having to figure out where we're going to get money from to pay for a trailer we just bought that bid should not have won because typically they go for a couple thousand more than that. And it was kind of out of frustration with not being able to get one of those trailers for the last year when I was looking at them, that I placed that bid. I probably shouldn't have because, we had other places for money to go last 6 months, and it, the money that I had to buy a trailer before was gone. So, yeah, that was kind of a shock. And then trying to figure out how to go get it, or even looking at the idea of having somebody bring it back to us. That was pretty expensive too. I don't know. I thought about it from the perspective of if we were going to use this vehicle, Shrek, as our future home on wheels,
Mm-hmm.
driving 2,000 miles round trip shouldn't be a big deal. And if it is, we need to find that out long before we spend thousands of dollars on building a house on the back of it.
I agree with you there.
Not to mention a couple of years of our life. I don't know, I hope it won't take that long to get it done, but it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I know what my budget says, and that's not encouraging at all. So, but at any rate, yes. In case you haven't figured out, eventually we hope to build a RV out of our MK23, known as Shrek.
Yep.
We're gonna, we got no problem with weight restrictions. Got a little bit of a height restriction issue. Can't really go too tall, but it'll be tall enough to be comfortable for me to walk through. And I'm over 6'1", so that'll work. And we want to make it as roomy as being home as can be on wheels.
Definitely.
So we're spending a lot of time and more than a few sheets of paper penciling out what we want to do and figuring out how we're going to do it.
Gonna do it.
Um, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a long project. In the meantime, now we've got a trailer for hauling our old M715 Jeep with us. So when we go someplace, we can have a vehicle with us that we can go further places. There are places you can't get to with Shrek because they have laws that say you can't drive over bridges like that or through rivers like that or whatever. Or there's tunnels or such like that you have to drive through that are not tall enough. But at any rate, that's the idea, is that we can take our big truck wherever we need to, and if we can't go from there, now we have a trailer that'll go anywhere the big truck will go, and and pretty much carry anything we want to carry on it. We've got a couple of old Triumph cars that one of them's semi-restored and the other one is waiting. It's going to be years before I get to that, but that'll be fun to be able to take them and go to car shows or whatever and pull them with our giant 6x6 military truck with their house on the back so that we can stay comfortable and probably draw as much attention as the cars themselves. Who knows? It's hard to say. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we had to do some scrambling to get the bill paid for. In case you don't know, if you buy from Government Planet, there's the initial expense of the bid you put on there. After you've placed your bid, then they tack on an auction fee, percentage of the sale price. And then when you choose your method of payment, there is either a credit card fee, or if you do a wire transfer, which we did in this case, it's a lot cheaper. But still, by the time tax, you got to pay sales tax wherever it's at. So after paying sales tax and auction fees, the trailer cost us $5,000, which for what it is, it's actually a really good price. I spoke to sales and service manager for Globe Trailers, who built these trailers under contract for the military, And he was telling me that most of the trailers that they made for the military ended up just sitting. The military hardly ever used them, and so they're like practically brand new. He said the only part on the trailers that are unique to the trailers and consequently very expensive and hard to get are the wheel rims because they have gigantic super singles on them. 15 by 22 and a half, I think, is the wheel rim size. 15 something.
I think that's what it was.
And I mean,
They're huge.
the tires are just massive. And I think now, getting this trailer home, I've put more miles on that trailer than the military ever did. I mean, you know, that part of the trailer has absolutely no wear and tear on it. The tires, the bearings, it's just nothing has ever happened to it. So, spare tires still got all the printing and stuff on it. I noticed on the back side of one of the tires that was mounted on the truck, the manufacturer's labels from the tire manufacturer were still stuck partially to the inside walls of the tire. It's like, whoa, you know, they are, 10 years old because they were put on in 2012 and all the tire dates are the same, give or take a few weeks. So, but other than that, they've just never been used. There's no weather checking. There's no obvious signs of any kind of damage. So that's the trailer. But before we could go, we had to do some serious prep work.
Oh yes.
I between full-time job, Christmas, New Year's, I was busting my butt to get everything on my punch list crossed off. So the video we took of it, the sound quality sucks because the wind was blowing like crazy, or the camera wasn't exactly working like we thought it would. So we're gonna kind of put in some clips here and there of what we did and kind of show you different parts of it. We one of the things we had been wanting to do, and we ended up refinancing the truck because it was basically free and clear before, so we could borrow enough money to make the trip happen. And when we did it, we added in a few things that we wanted to get done. One of them being new seats. So we now have a brand new driver's seat, and here shortly we'll be taking out the bench box and putting in a passenger side seat. The good news is the when we take out the bench, I've already moved everything that we had inside the toolbox inside underneath the bench into a job box, which we've got mounted in the back of the truck. So it locks, it's secured, it's a safe place to keep all the tools, and it's quite a bit bigger than what we had. So underneath the seat, so there's a few more things in there, like oil and antifreeze and things of that nature. But we didn't get the passenger seat in before we could go because just time was not on our side.
It wouldn't matter. I didn't go anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Lynn's still having trouble sitting in a car for long periods of time with her hip surgery, but it's getting better. She's doing better. We took the trailer over to Casper. Thursday, a couple days ago, and picked up new boards because all the deck boards are pretty rotten. So we took the trailer over there and drove it through the lumber yard with our big truck in front of it, and all the kids that work in the yard were taking pictures of it and watching.
Yep.
But they didn't come help me take the 20-foot treated 2x6s off the overhead rack that they had them stacked up on, and so I ended up loading them all by myself. And it was 10-15 degrees, so they were all frozen. And if you've ever bought treated wood, they're usually soaking wet when they're in the at the store still, so they were basically, some of them were frozen together. I had to break them loose and slide them out because I was trying to find as straight as possible with treated boards, because that's not always, doesn't always work out that they're very straight. But anyway, that was a long fun trip, and she didn't have any problem with sitting on the bench seat that time. I mean, So
Not too bad. It was, like I said, I'm getting better.
But
2 more months, and I'm completely free. To
we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that keeps going better. And hopefully we can get that other seat in and continue
Yes.
on. So, at any rate, there's a little clip in here. I didn't tell the guys at the truck service place that our backup camera system also records audio, and so we may have to dampen a few expletives out of the video because they had a few shocking moments.
you.
When their experience with it, and we were pretty stressed about the idea of taking our gigantic green baby to somebody else to work on, but there was just no way I was going to get, wind was blowing 40, 50 miles an hour. The oil filter mount, the hoses that run to it, because it's a remote filter system, were sweating oil, they're just leaking a little bit. And I was waking up in the middle of the night thinking about how fast at 65 miles an hour it would be before the engine explodes. In the event that one of those oil lines broke, and it was giving me nightmares. So I had to get those oil lines fixed, and we had a couple little air leaks. The parking brake, trailer brake valves were, the trailer brake side leaked really massively bad, so that it was not usable, and we had a little leak in the solenoid for the cooling fan.
Yep.
So we took it in there, and they had it for a few days, and cost a lot more money than I thought it would. I was hoping to have them change the oil, but I couldn't afford that after I got the bill for the first part. So that went 100% over our budget. But it was better to have it done than not have it done. So, we got some clips, like I said, of all the repairs and all the things we did, and we'll come back and talk a little bit about some of the stuff I took along and what I had to do to get the trailer ready to go. So.
Okay.
Fuck's the door handle at?
Next to the door handle.
She'll clean. That's pretty cool. I like that. $28 volts. I don't know how to fuck with all of us.
Smell the ether? Old ether button.
High intensity noise hearing protection required when cab top is removed.
Is Mark back to work yet?
Yeah, come in today. Looked like wound up, I had to hug him. Holy cow. Smoothly.
Check engine warning.
What's the other one? Oil leak, air leaks. One's right here.
Probably deadheaded.
Going to pick up a trailer in Texas. It's a matched unit for this truck. Starts out in 7th gear. It's awesome.
That's all we got to. I know. It's gonna be a long trip to Texas if you take this motherfucker. Oh, there we go. Holy shit!
Whoa.
This thing's awesome.
They were pretty tore up about leaving it here.
Yeah.
Peter's like, oh, just change the air compressor. I'm like, between 4 and 6 hours. That long, huh? I'm like, yeah. It's like, is there any way to do it without draining the coolant? No. Really? No.
Yeah, just a lot messier.
Dude, motor power, just do it all over their driveway like you did when you changed your fucking radiator. Fuck a long way down.
Go ahead. This is why we're gonna have to replace this one. You see all these cracks out right here. And they go all the way around. And we got gill slits developing up here.
Show you what that looks like. There we go.
And then we got some that are developing in the tread face.
Right up in. I'm trying.
Move your camera down.
Down. Okay.
Not that way.
Oh.
There you go. But you can see the
Oh, okay.
big crack there. And if you look right in here, you can see all the weather checking that's developing in the tire, in the grooves. So this one's going to be done really soon. And if I'm going to take a long road trip, last thing I want is for it to be done while I'm driving it. So today's project, take that off.
And
We have a supervisor.
we have a supervisor. He's checking out everything.
He'll run when I turn on the air jack.
Yeah, he will. But for now, he's supervising, making sure things go right.
Yes, we are off the ground.
Do you need me to go get our son?
I don't think more effort on the part of it as a human is going to make any difference
Okay.
if it's not budging like this. Finessing it off, apparently. He's trying to probably kick it loose.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing I've got 5 other wheels. It isn't going to exactly fall on me if it does. Sure, it'll scare the crap out of me.
It moved.
It moved. It came loose. I was beginning to worry. So far, this truck's been nice to me.
It's gonna be a wiggle job.
It always is, because it is hub-centric, so it is tight on the center of the wheel. And then this thing does outweigh me by at least a factor of 2.
That's true. I have to put down the camera to help you out here.
No, I don't.
Okay.
One of us has to be able to call 911.
Oh, that's true. Can't depend on the supervisors to do that, even though they're watching us. Hey, whoa! Now I'm gonna trip over the cord. All right. Your air hose doesn't like us today.
It's a typical hose.
All right. Yay, off with the bad one. On with the good one.
Well, before I gotta do that, I gotta
Good.
check.
Okay, what are we checking?
I need to lube this down here. Way down in there.
Okay.
That's the mechanism for the brakes. And
Not sure if they could see it very well because
I
I'm on
understand.
the wrong side, but
Come
I
around.
know. Okay. There we go. Let's see if I can see it from here. Down. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Right here.
Right there. See my finger?
I see your finger.
There, now they can
Oh,
see the finger.
okay.
There's a grease zip right there.
Oh, okay. I can see your finger.
Easier
It's
to
just
grease it from this side when the tire's off. And I got a little bit of flaky paint.
Oh, definitely.
Get this wire brush, get all the loose stuff off, and then paint it with some rust converter, because painting it with paint just means you got something else to burn off when it gets hot.
Yeah. There's a bit of rust.
Clean up the hub and everything too, so that we can spray paint the parts that people see, kind of like we did with that one over there.
Let's see if I can. Oh, yep. There we go.
I painted all the plastic, got a coat of paint, and for the hub cap, the hub got a coat of paint. And if you back off and look at the wheel,
I know. I already hit it. And I don't.
all the air hose.
I don't dare fall.
Yeah, we painted that rim up when we split the rim apart and put that tire on that rim. I wire brushed all the rust out of the two parts where the two metal surfaces meet, and then put a light coating of a rust converter all over that. So, and then I didn't paint it because you don't really need it to be thicker in between the metal, and hopefully that'll keep it from rusting quite so fast. And definitely looks better with black paint on the outside. But you can see how dusty it's been with the wind blowing, because that tire was perfectly clean and nice and shiny black and everything just a couple days ago. And it's been on the downwind side of the truck for the hurricane force winds that we've been having for the last 2 or 3 days. So
It's only been out here for 2 days. So.
oh, it's only about here for a day. Yeah, it's been a long week considering it's the week before Christmas. Usually that goes by fast. And it's been dragging. So much to do and not enough time to do it. Ah! So anyway, I'm gonna go get the wire brush, and
Okay.
Lynn's gonna pause for a bit, and then we'll record a little bit.